He's like, he
Been a while.
can't. He tried to support.
Shock dart.
Oh, yeah. One more mid.
Okay.
Okay, that's there we go.
Smells
Jonas.
like content.
Hello all Sova mains out there, my name is AverageJonas and I'm super excited to bring you the ultimate Recon and Shock Dart lineup guide for the newest map released for Valorant, which is Icebox. I've been able to test this map for a little while now and I'm super excited to show you guys what I've found so far. Of course, there's a lot more that we can explore, and you should definitely join my Discord if you want to see how we keep finding new stuff on this map, because we're gonna lab this up a lot. This map has a very open B area and a very closed A area. It's literally a building with a roof and there's sadly no way to enter anywhere in the roof. So our lineups are definitely gonna be better and easier to do on B than on A. Even though the lineups on B are maybe easier, the angles on A are really interesting, so I found some really cool things that I want to show you that are quite unique for this specific map. So I'm just going to start with A defense. So you can stand in this corner, A rafters, and you can reveal pretty much any angle they are pushing from on A belt and also this little corner down here. So what you're going to do is just get yourself into this corner and then you look for this little shadow here. And then you just want to put your bottom left HUD line dot right under that one, like this. Do a one bounce full charge, and this one's going to fly through the window up here and land here on the corner. So it spots people pushing up belt and also anyone pushing out here, because this is usually an area they feel very safe pushing into. So having an arrow above them can help a lot, and this arrow goes through this hole, so it's really hard to see it coming. So it definitely should scan once or twice before they have time to shoot it. Considering it's pretty much the only spot to push on A, there isn't really that much other things I would prefer doing for just a standard A defense. But if you're rotating from B, because since there's no roof that you can shoot the arrow through, you need to have an arrow that goes either through this opening or this opening. So for now, the best one I found is to just stand in this corner here. And then put your bottom left mouse button icon and just put the left corner of it right next to this dot here. And do a 2-bar 1 bounce.
Revealing area.
So this is when you're the B player and you're rotating and you want to help your team as soon as possible. So it bounces in through here and just lands on the top wall here and reveals most of sight. I know it's a bit slow, the last bounce here, but that's the best one I found for now. When playing middle defense, you kind of have to choose if you want to get information about garage push at the same time, which I think is super important, or if you want to get information for A or middle. You can either just do a straight up shot just for the corner of this crate here, like this.
Revealing area.
That's just going to hit the edge of this one, and this one also will spot pushers down to B garage. Or if you want to see more into this area, you can get here all the way up to the wall and you see this little, there's a little thing here, you just get in the middle of that one. Then you put your second charge bar line right under the N here. Full charge, 1 bounce and jump.
Revealing area.
This one just hits the corner here, spot spawn and most of this area. If you're defending B, you can do a pretty cool arrow that lands at the same spot that we shot from middle as well. So you just get into this crate here and move until this wall lines up like that. And you just want to shoot a full charged 1 bounce arrow right over this line here. Like this. Full charge 1 bounce.
Revealing area.
Hits the corner of this one and sees middle pushers as well, just like you did when you shot from here. If you're rotating from A and it's already planted, it's quite normal that they pull back out and hide in these cubbies. There are so many spots to hide here, so you kind of need a way to eliminate the spots they're hiding in. And the way to do this is to go here from kitchen. This is usually one of the standard spots you rotate through from A. You get into kitchen here, and you just you count these dots, so not this one, but this one, this X here. Like that. And then you're gonna take, once again, your same bottom left HUD line and place it right there in that corner, like this, just above the corner. And do a 1 bar.
Revealing area.
And it hits right here, spots all the cubbies, even this one right under here. It's very interesting to attack on this map because some of the distances through middle are so short that it's very easy to wrap around and get backstabbed, but it's also very easy to rotate. So just have that in mind when you push sites. So when attacking on A, you have basically 2 options, I think, for now. Especially if the enemy team is on eco, you have to make sure that no one is in this building here, which is the nest. So all my lineups here, I usually stand from this spot where I just move out till I align with this line here. So what I do is I take my charge bar and I just align it with this dark line here. So I just have the left charge bar go on that line. It's not really that important how high it is vertical, but it shouldn't be above this black line. So anywhere around here is fine. Do a full charge double bounce.
Revealing area.
And this one lands right here on the edge, so it still spots outside on site. And you can just wallbang people through here. If you're suspecting that the enemy team is playing a lot more defensive, you can try to get an arrow that just lands right here inside that nest as well and still spots backside. So you can actually bounce it off this wall here just by lining these 2 up and shooting at the middle of the wall like this.
Revealing area.
And that hits inside the nest there. You can practice on making it hit right on the edge up here so that it also spots outside. It's a very important spot to clear out. Considering how easy it is to push through middle for the defending team if you're not holding mid, it is also then very important to contest middle. So you want to have a few darts you can use to reveal middle really easily, and one of them is to just get into this corner here, and then you see this figure here that is black, at least on my graphic settings. What I do is I just place my green bar under the drone icon right in the middle of it like this and do a 1 bar. Again, this is one of those pixel lineups you just need to practice. It's right here on the corner, spots everywhere here as well. It's really good. If you want to reveal further back into defender spawn, you can just look at this corner here while it's like almost barely visible like this and do a full charge.
Revealing area.
Just bounces here and hits the back wall here. It's pretty simple. When attacking B, I think it's super important to make sure that you're safe from all these cubbies. There are so many cubby spots that they can camp in, especially once again on eco rounds where they have shotguns and stuff. So a very easy way to do this is to just align until this thing disappears from the wall, and then you just want to aim in the lower half next to the wall and do a full charge 1 bounce.
Revealing area.
It's gonna hit the crane here, and it even reveals this spot here because it lands so far down. Another recon you can do, which might be more common if the bomb is already planted, you can do it from this cubby spot, which is also one of the spots for a shock dart that I'll show afterwards. You just line up this green line here next to that wall, and then you're just gonna aim right above this window like this and do a 1 bounce full charge.
Revealing area.
And it just lands in the top corner here. Now that we're done with the boring recons, let's move over to the juicy shock darts we've found so far. Because of these holes in the roof, you can do some really interesting shock darts. The first one I'll show you, which is probably going to be the most standard double shock for this spot, by the way. This is usually the default planting spot, at least when we were doing the playtesting. For now, this is pretty much the default planting spot, so because you're safe from both angles, and it's easy to get back out as well, because this is one of the spots where they can rotate from, so you don't really want to plant on this side. But there's not really anywhere they can come and get you if you plant here, if your team is covering you. So a really cool double shock here, and this is the first time I'll be able to do a double shock with 2 2 charge, 1 bounces. So you're going to be using your second charge bar line and put it so that this arrow just kind of fits inside the bar like this, and do a 2 bar 1 bounce. And then you're going to pull that same bar and just put it between these 2 lines like that. So it's actually really simple. I'll just show you with Recon so you'll see where it lands. So 2 bar 1 bounce,
Area.
2 bar 1 bounce.
Revealing area.
And they just both land here. And the cool thing is that you're still close enough to be able to push here and shoot them if it's already, because it's definitely going to be half diffused after that one. So the coolest double shock dart I've found so far is from back here, and using first a double bounce off the wall and then the last one through this gap here, which I think is really cool. I'll show you also another reason why I think it's cool. You're going to use the same spot to line up with as we did with the previous Recon. But this time, you're going to place your left charge bar line right in the middle here, like that. And do a full charge double bounce, like this. And then right after, you're going to put your charge bar diamonds on both sides right under this line. So like this, and a full charged 1 bounce. I'll show you with Recons, just so you can see where they land.
Revealing area. Revealing area.
There you go. I'll show you once more how the first one works, because it's kind of hard to see when you're aiming upwards. So it flies off this wall here,
Revealing area.
over that wall, and then lands right over their head. So if you're crouching here, do you see how hard it is to see this one coming? You're just gonna see it barely coming by here and then landing over your head. And then the second one is just gonna come right at you from up there. But you do actually have time in most cases to just run here, jump down here, and you're actually able to land there without taking damage. Run up here, wait here, and as soon as you hear the diffusing sound again, if it's half diffused, which it in most cases it will be half diffused, then you hear the diffuse sound, and you just go in full Rambo, like this. Should get you to the Reddit front page. I'll show you more, 2 more shock darts, but these ones are probably more used for defenders and rotators. One is like a pseudo double shock, where you get into this corner here, and you just take the Q from your shock dart icon. So you put the Q right there. This one is pretty clunky to get used to. Q right there, and do a 1 bar 1 bounce, and then you're just gonna quickly aim up in the air and do a click with your charge bar right on that corner. So it's gonna look like this. Let's see. This is a bit tricky one, but you can practice
Revealing
this.
area.
And then do this.
Revealing area.
There you go. Another shock dart you can do that is really nice for the people pushing B. So you have this area here, right? It's really common to stand here and peek down this way. So this is a typical spot. It actually reminds me a lot about the double shock on Ascent that lands on the catwalk. It's kind of the same thing where you're aiming another direction. So it's actually kind of hard to see them coming over your head here. I figured the best spot for this would be to be somewhere elevated, since these boxes are so tall. So you take this wall here, just line up like this. There you go. And then what you're gonna do is actually use the stars in the background here, guys. This is next level stuff. So you're gonna use this big star and this big star. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your charge bar diamond and put this star in the left corner of your right charge bar and do a 2 bar. And they're just gonna trace that arrow down until you reach the verticality of this star and do a 1 bar. So it's gonna look like this: 2 bar,
Revealing area.
1 bar.
Revealing
Again,
area.
I'm showing with recons just so you can see where they land. There you go. So for B site, the standard plant spot is definitely here because it's the first point you get to, and it's the only one where you have cover from every angle. So your teammates can either smoke or wall off somewhere around here. This is definitely the safest spot. So we finally have a new bicycle dart, guys. This is the same kind of shock dart that we've seen a million times on Split from Garage. And you're lining up, once again, these green boxes like this. And then you're gonna put your charge bar into this corner here, approximately at the height of this line. So like that, just a bit over it is fine. And then you're gonna do a full charged double bounce. And it's gonna look like this. So the cool thing with this one is that you can do a lot of mind games, especially in a clutch situation. So you could fire one, and then you quickly fire a recon up here. So you do this, you fire a recon right up here,
Revealing area.
and then you just stand here and look at him to try to figure out what his next move is. Is he still defusing? Okay, peek him and shoot. Is he pushing you? Okay, well then fall back. So you have many options of what you can do to like stall time, because you don't actually have to kill them. So this isn't necessarily one of those shock darts that are gonna kill them, because there's like, it's very easy to see it coming. And this is just such a good area to hide. You can start moving back. You can start doing ring around the rosies around here. So it's just a really smart spot to play from. Another cool one that is mostly used when playing defenders, if they're pushing B and you're giving them sight to play for retake as a full team, or for some reason you are in this spot because you're a mid player, you can get into this wall and then just align so this green box disappears like that. There you go. Then you're gonna aim slightly above the black corner of this thing like this and do a jump 1 bar, and then you're gonna aim at the bottom of this K here and do a full charged double bounce. So it's gonna look like this.
Revealing area. Revealing area.
So they both land right here. So that was it for my Icebox lineup so far. We will definitely be doing a lot of lineup streams on this new map. So I'm super happy to hear what you guys think as well, because I think we can find a lot more interesting stuff. You know, when a map just got revealed, of course, there's a lot of untouched things that we can discover. I have yet to find something that works with this thing. I really want to make something work with bouncing things off this somehow. So that's something to work on. And the same thing with this massive ship in the background. Having something that can bounce off stuff in the background and come back in somewhere is definitely a possibility. Thank you guys for watching, and feel free to join my Discord if you want to catch up on all the lineup discussion we do, because we're definitely going to be labbing this map out a lot, and if not, I'll see you on Twitch.